Hey guys, welcome to the patio. It is Wednesday, September 13th. We have survived the week so far. It's hump day. We got a lot talked about tonight. You know, we've talked a while about, you hear them crazy dogs?
I do.
But we've talked a lot about age in politics, about Joe Biden, Donald Trump. Had a story to talk about there. Talk about the migrant crisis in New York. But let's talk about the most important thing. Father Fortenberry, how are you? Look, your cheeks are less red.
They are. Look.
No, I think it's the camera.
I like it. My blood pressure's down.
No, your blood pressure's not down.
So what's going on? I'll tell you what, I do like that hat you got on. That white is really popping.
Man. I like it.
Look, I'll bring it back up here real quick. See, we're gonna have it looks good on tape. We're gonna have some merch real soon. We've ordered some samples here. Lise, thanks for reaching out to you. I know you mentioned to Father Fortenberry about the merch, but we'll have some.
What was that?
What was that doing?
It was keeping light off that. We'll fix it in a minute.
His hat was
Father
twinkling
Fortenberry, how
and
are you
glistening.
this hump day?
I'm doing good.
Wow.
I'm wore out. It's been a long week already. Work's got me stressed. We got a new truck driver, and he's not doing well.
And that new truck driver may be
There he is.
There he is.
Eastbound and down.
Dude, I've been burning these roads up.
That's what I'm saying.
Can't
That's
tell
what
me
she
nothing.
said.
I'm driving a truck that's 85 feet long or something. Just
Man.
up through the hills of
How old is
Fayetteville
it
and
though? Is
hog
it like
country.
85 years
That's
old?
brand
Oh, that's
new.
brand spanking
Stick
new.
shift and everything too, ain't it?
No, it's not a stick.
Oh.
That would have been helpful up in the hills.
You've been like 3 in a tree.
3 up in the tree.
Yeah, that's what you could have done.
No, apparently, I'm a truck driver. I'm a man of many talents and abilities.
You're like Smoking the Bandit.
I mean, we can be.
Gary, how are you, Gary?
I'm doing great. Great. That's all I got. Feeling good though.
Oh, Jamie, it's got to be way too much.
Jamie, you okay?
Good job, James.
We're having camera problems.
Gary, but don't worry about the camera problems. How are you?
Oh, good. I was just watching.
Well, we're
said
trying
he's
to do
doing
stuff
great.
off screen over
Exactly, and he's wanting to
I gotta break.
Yeah.
I'm letting everybody know what's going on off screen. I'm behind the scenes, Gary.
All right, we'll
is
go
what
to
I am.
Marty. Marty, how are you, Marty?
I'm doing good, man. It's
Marty,
great.
show us that pimp shirt
It's
you got.
great to be
That
back.
is a good shirt.
Oh, he got that. That's from our friends.
It just
over
looked like he made his head
at,
swell up.
Yeah, stand up for
Yeah, stand up.
Everybody, show them what you're,
So look, I showed up with what I thought was an awesome shirt. And
All
then,
right, now quiet down.
Yeah.
There it is.
yeah, I
There it
showed up with what I thought was an awesome shirt, and then Marty trumped me.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
can I stand up
He
and show mine off?
literally trumped you.
He did.
He did.
Literally.
He
Yeah,
literally
stand up and show yours
No
off
pun intended.
while I adjust the camera. Since Jamie moved it. Jamie, I don't know what you did to the camera, but
You know how we do it, Donnie.
there it is.
Look,
Taylor
Swift
Swift.
looking sexy.
Oh, that's the old Taylor Swift.
And then this guy comes in with the
Look,
Trump
I
shirt.
feel like a dumbass. I thought that was Diamond Dallas Page.
Okay, can I admit something to you? I did too.
Diamond cutter.
I thought it was DDP.
DDP.
Elise did too. She thought that was.
Oh, that's dog.
Dog.
It's Dog the Bounty Hunter.
No DDP.
Yeah, we know that now.
A big
We know
bad
that.
dog.
Our camera's all jacked up. We're gonna get through this though.
Yeah, Jamie couldn't stand it. He
I couldn't stand it.
He had to adjust with his
Let me
toes.
fix CW over here real quick.
Marty, we both have fabulous shirts.
No, we always have something fancy
Fabulous,
on.
all the time.
Fabulous.
Me and T are going shirtless next episode.
Yeah,
We'll see if y'all can beat us.
I'll guarantee you, Caesar will be happy about that.
He will.
But like,
Yeah,
you guys
all right,
got
that's
fabulous
There we
skin.
go. All right, now let's jump right in. So, you know, we've talked about Joe Biden being too old. We've talked about is Trump too old to run? Well, I tell you what, there is a politician who decided he is too old to run again. Mitt Romney has announced at 76 he will not seek re-election to his Senate seat.
I figured he was too unpopular to run again. But
Well, that's probably really it. But he's also then called out both Trump and Biden, and says it's time for you guys to move over and let the next generation.
I don't disagree with him, but
no, I don't either. I don't either. I'm
so here's the difference in Trump and Biden to me is Trump can still have thoughts. And Biden really, I know I'm being dead serious. Like I'm not even trying to be funny.
He still got his mind.
and
Yeah.
Biden
I'm gonna go
struggles
to
with
bed.
that. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
exactly.
go to bed.
And I will say this though, and here's the problem with Trump's age. You do still run the risk of a 4-year term. What's going to happen in 4 years? Because he'll be
Yeah.
79
Quite a bit
if
older.
he's elected.
He'll be in his 80s when he's in office.
He'll be 83
Yeah.
by the time his term ended.
Maybe Dog the Bounty Hunter should run for president. Or
Diamond Dallas Page.
Page.
Yeah.
He don't take no.
So like I heard a Cat Williams commercial come on, and Cat Williams said, "Anybody has a problem with Joe Biden and his press conferences, go find your great grandfather, ask him to do one."
Look, go find my dad and ask him to do it. I assure you, it would
Yeah.
sound just like it.
Exactly.
Hey, we can get my dad. My dad's a little old now. We can get him to.
Yeah, but he's not as old as those cats.
But your dad sounds old though. He always sounds old.
amazing.
Your
though.
dad sounded old when 20 years ago. He just now he finally catching up.
My dad would be threatening to like fist fight China and just all kinds of craziness, and he'd be serious too.
The whole
Yeah, but see, we have the best presidential candidate there is right behind you, Father Fortenberry. Over on the corner, Hoggo has announced his run for president. He's not very old either.
He's not. He's not.
He's probably about like 5.
Probably so.
in hog years.
He is
hog
looking.
years.
He's looking.
So he is looking for a running
He's
mate.
looking for a running mate.
Like I think Little Penny. So I heard somebody say Eric Musselman would be a good one.
So you know a guy that's probably going to challenge Biden, Newsom, for out California. So there's a case right now. San Francisco is wanting to clean up the homeless encampments, and they have sued the city of San Francisco, saying that they are not going to be allowed to do that because, of course, it will impact the unhomed. But Newsom has said that the state will intervene and make sure they are able to clean up these encampments, which is kind of different.
Well, it's about time, right? I thought we were supposed to accept everything.
He's kowtowing to the populace is what he's trying to do. What he's trying to do, it's probably all a rigged deal. He's probably trying to show that he believes the same way as the rest of America, that he's tough. Because it's his policies that allowed all this to happen in the first place.
You know, there are multi-million-dollar properties on Malibu that have people literally like dumping the streets and
that's what's going on
their tent
here.
on the beach, and
That's what's going on in San Francisco. There's an app to tell you where the
man.
human feces is. They're planning on the problem is that they don't have any more shelters, and so they're out of shelters.
There's an app for that.
They're going to try to clean that up.
It's a poo app.
Poo app.
Yeah, who's looking?
poo app.
Is it like Waze?
It's called waste.
Better.
It's called waste.
Waze.
Hey, when it
In
first
0.5
came out,
miles.
if you zoomed out far enough, the whole city of San Francisco was brown because that was where all the human
It's just
feces
like
was.
California is like a long, like slightly curved turd, like a big one.
No, the bottom half is Northern California. You know, they're just like us.
So if it's like Waze, if you walk by it, do you have to like push the button saying it's still there?
It's still there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like no one's cleaned up, it's still there.
Yeah, 0.3
And,
miles.
and if it's like Nebraska, if you get a pothole and you blow out your tire, you report it. They have like 3 days to fix that pothole, or like the next person that blows out their tire.
I got a story to tell.
So if
like
that's
paid.
reported in 3 days, someone else sees that turd.
I think
And steps in it.
Gary, you may have heard the same story. It's some friends of ours that play fantasy football with us. They have a rental property. They were cleaning out the rental property, and it was like an old. Did you guys hear this?
I don't-
Jonesboro
I don't think I-
No, I didn't hear this.
I don't think so.
So they were cleaning up the rental property, and it was, of course, something that had been downtrodden. They were cleaning it up, going to rent it out like a slumlord. But they go in there to clean it up, and what they find in this one room is all these bags, these Walmart bags, tied and in the corner, probably stacked 3-4 foot high. These people would go in there, they would poop in the bag, tie it in a knot, and throw it in this room, and it was human feces stacked up in this room.
So since y'all opened this door,
Oh God.
I'd never heard of such a craziness.
so when I was a cop, right? We would go and hit crack houses, things like that when I was on the SWAT team. And what you would find is bathtubs that had the plug in it that were filled with water, and then they would use the bathtub. So people would literally do both.
So you would end up
Just
with
in
a
the
bathtub
bathtub, shut the
full
door.
of feces.
Yeah, the toilet fills up fast, right? It takes a little while to fill up a bathtub. Yeah, but you would literally have a bathroom with a toilet and
So it's almost like an
full of-
outhouse.
Was it because the toilet was
Urine.
broke? Is that why were doing
Well, they
this?
don't have water. They don't have anything.
Oh, they cut
I
off the
got
water.
you.
Okay.
Oh, so there's
Crack's
not
a
like
hell of a
standing
drug.
water. So there's
Yeah.
not standing water in it. They're just filling it
Oh,
up.
it's staying in water, but it's
Well,
Look,
it-
I'm gonna
yeah.
tell you.
I mean, peas stand in water.
you hear
is.
about stuff
Pretty
like
sad,
this,
man.
and it really changes your view of the world. You think you got problems?
well, the bad thing is at
We have first
times
world
they
problems.
have kids living there, and then
Yep.
they're doing the same thing, but just out of necessity, and it's normal. That's what's sad. That's what's messed up.
So similar things going on in New York City with the migrant crisis here. You want to hear a good one? This is a great one. I love it. You love it when the liberals attack each other. The Biden administration shifts blame for New York City's migrant crisis on the mayor, Eric Adams, because there's no exit strategy to house them after they're released from shelters.
But didn't Eric Adams just recently say, I don't see an end to this, like this problem. There's never been a problem I haven't seen the end to or whatever with this
I don't see
migrant
an end
crisis.
to it, do you?
Well, I don't, but
There's only one way to end it.
he's the one that said it was a sanctuary city. So, that's
He
what you
did.
get.
Fair enough.
There's only one way to end it. There's only one.
Yes. Yes.
I love the
Legal
fact that I don't even know
migration.
who he is.
Legal immigrants.
You love
Which are
who?
which are
Eric Adams. He's the mayor of New
I
York
have
City.
no idea who he is.
Yeah, he took over as mayor, and it was a shit show from the get go.
it was.
Well, he walked
Look
into
at
it.
me driving over here,
That was,
dropping these bars.
what was it? Nice rhyme, Mr. Deeds.
Millionaire CEO says he would like to see unemployment jump to 50% because workers have become arrogant.
I bet you it could.
What, who said that?
Let me see. What's this guy's name? Gurner Group CEO Tim Gurner. So he's got his own group he's the CEO of. So it tells you how much money this man's got. Told the Australian Financial Review's Property Summit that, boy, that's a lot of words for a name of something, that productivity had plummeted during the global pandemic as people decided they didn't really want to work so much. Look, I don't have the article up, but this morning I'm getting ready for work. And there's a new, I first saw the news pop up on my phone, but then there was a news article. I think it may have been on Fox, which is even stranger. And the article is that they suggest now it's better for people to only give 85% instead of 100% to work because you're actually more productive.
Damn, I got to get up to 85% now.
But you're more productive in the long run because you don't get burned out.
Terry, you've been to Japan, right?
I've been to Taiwan. It's Asian country.
Same thing.
Don't they take like a longer lunch break and naps in Japan or
They
something?
do take naps during their lunch break. Taiwan did the same thing.
But they take a multi-hour lunch break, right?
Yeah, I would think so. But boy, but they work at a much higher pace.
They
than
work
Americans
later,
do
too.
most.
I don't know what they work later.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, France is notorious for that. I think they take a bunch.
They have a
shifts.
4-day work week in France, and then they have like a month
Dude,
PTO.
look, 4-day work weeks make way more sense.
It does. I'd rather work 4 10-hour days or 4 12-hour days.
Really,
I'm all
it
about
really
it.
does.
Well, I
It
mean, for the
makes
company
so
saves
much
a
more
ton of
sense.
money.
Oh yeah, everybody saves tons
So,
of
like
money.
schools, let's use schools for example. School on a 4-day work week, you're cutting the fuel cost on the buses, you're cutting
Power.
utilities. Now, you're still paying everybody the 40 hours, but so, I mean, that doesn't change.
Oh,
but
the money's the same.
Yeah.
yeah,
As far as
you're cutting down a meal
expenses.
cost.
You're cutting down theoretically healthcare, or not healthcare, but childcare. You don't have a whole nother day of childcare. I mean, I'm sure they'd increase.
How is
prices
this not
to
part of
make
the
it different.
Green New Deal? Right
Actually,
here?
there is a
Pollution.
big movement to go to a 4-day work week.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it. A lot of offices are going to it because what you save on, I mean, that's 52 less days a year of utilities in a office space.
for companies, you're also cutting out that many more days of risk.
Good point.
I used to work in risk management, so you're cutting out 52 days of risk.
Yep.
Now you're adding 2 more hours a day to risk. But
Yes, but
I mean,
But there's people right now that are working 12-hour shifts, 16-hour
Johnny the
shifts.
15er yesterday.
I know, but he's still working a 5-day work week though.
be sure you write that mess down like that too.
That's right.
Am I still doing your time?
Well, somebody better do my time because I sure ain't.
You worked for free yesterday. Happy birthday,
Yeah, I'm a freeloader here, man. I'm doing what I'm
free
doing.
freeloader. I like it.
Freeloader.
Trucking.
I think Gary's a freeloader.
I am freeloader. More like a free.
He's close to homeless, right?
I am close.
He is a part of
He
the
represents the unhomed.
Look, Gary is the most honed person here. Like
Check this out. You're
this
going to
dude
love
taking
this.
care of babies all day.
The U.S. Energy Secretary team decided to do a cross-country tour to promote electric
I'm
vehicles.
glad you brought the story up. I was going to bring it up.
But the
They do it
team
in a
could
diesel
not.
truck.
They couldn't find enough charging stations.
They couldn't go cross country.
They used a gas-powered car to block an EV charging point until Energy Secretary Granholm arrived to charge her car. So even if they could find it,
So they literally blocked a port so that someone could charge. their
Yes,
car.
there was a couple
So they
trying
could
to.
get to
There was a couple with a child in the car trying to get.
trying to charge their
yeah,
vehicle and couldn't.
and it
because
was
these
a
people are-
scene.
Oh, I bet.
They had to cut
Like
it
they
to
called the cops out there on them.
a mid-country
Get out
tour.
of the freaking way, dude.
Look, I saw a video of these climate activists in I'm gonna say England, but they were trying to block people from getting petroleum.
So they started a fire.
So a
Please
guy
don't
pulls
let
in
it
his Tesla, trying to go to the charging station, and this woman went sat on his car and said, "I'm not going to let you use petroleum. You have to leave." Finally, and this is a massive, it's a mountain of a man. Finally, he just goes, picks this woman up by her body, just throws her in the bushes and drives off.
In the bush.
Look,
that's not
you,
right.
you don't.
Yes, it is.
You don't get in somebody's way and you don't sit on somebody's vehicle. Y'all better not.
You
sit
can hang
on
on to my vehicle because I'm finna.
Look, if you sit on the 112-foot vehicle, that I'm driving right now, you're gonna be in trouble.
Actually, we could probably all sit on top of that vehicle. So, I'm interested though. You guys never like surfed vehicles
We should have
in your
filmed
crazy youth?
a video.
Sort of like Teen Wolf.
Yeah, I could see Donnie doing that
No, I didn't do that.
in his youth.
Donnie
Jamie talking you into it's what it would be.
We used to, me and Big B used to ride on the hood of Jessica's Buick.
Now I know.
One time-
I know Barry used to hunt from the hood.
We'd ride levees and hunt for levees.
One time we went mudding in Barry's Bronco, and he got mud all over the windshield, and he turned the wipers on. Didn't have fluids. We had to climb on top and pee on it to get to clean it off.
Well, that's good.
That's kind of nasty.
He works.
Honestly.
So we just talked about this. So another lady, Jennifer Granholm, decided she was going to do an electric car road trip through red states. She started in Charlotte, North Carolina to Memphis, Tennessee. So, it's only like 2 states, right? Maybe 3 to get
Yeah.
from North Carolina to Memphis.
Well, Charlotte to here. I mean, that's 16 hours.
Charlotte, 16 hours from here.
But it's still only, I think, 2 states. Heck, Tennessee's 9-hour state almost from end
Yeah,
to
Tennessee's
end.
really long.
We've looked at the Carolinas for vacation before, and it's just, man, it's such a long drive.
Greensboro, I think Greensboro is like 14 hours from Memphis. I mean, I've worked in Greensboro.
Oh, this is the exact same story. The cops were called because Granholm's advance team used a gasoline-powered car to block access to electric charging spots. And so the deal is on these, if you hadn't been around them, supposedly you can charge them to 80% rather quickly, but to get to 100% takes like days.
Yeah.
And 80% doesn't get you really very far. Look, I've said from the beginning, like for my commute each day,
I could have one.
I could do it. But to go on a road trip, I'm
You
not
can't
sure it's
do it.
practical.
Well, I think these Ford Lightnings only get like 200 miles.
Yeah, it's 200 miles, and if you tow, it's like 85 or something like that if you're towing something.
Rivian.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah,
I
the
was
truck
if
deal.
I was gonna buy an electric vehicle, I'd buy the Rivian SUV.
I've seen
They're
those.
sharp.
They're
They
pretty
look
cool.
good too.
It has a battery upgrade, but you can get almost 500 miles out of a, the.
Yeah, that's
even if you were going to 80% of that charge in 15 minutes, my family spends 15 minutes at a gas station. We just do.
Yeah.
Everybody
every
getting out,
15
everybody
minutes?
going in. No,
Every
but
15.
if you could, what's 80% of 500? Somebody do the math that's smarter than I am.
400.
It's pretty solid, right? It's like,
you're right.
that's like filling your gas powered car up. We can make it on 400 miles a long way.
But that work truck I'm in right now, I mean, it takes me 20 minutes to fill up that 32-gallon
Yeah.
tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Every time I stop to fill that truck up, it takes 20
Look,
minutes.
I'm not opposed to the whole electric vehicle idea. They have to be way more.
We just don't have the infrastructure for it.
No,
We don't.
we do
No,
not.
We're ways from.
There's rolling blackouts right now without electric vehicles.
Well, California is hilarious
Yeah.
because they push electric vehicles and they don't have power.
You don't
And
have
they're
power.
like, hey,
Why are you pushing electric?
So
And
stop.
the commercial industry, it's a long way before the commercial industry can go to electric.
Yeah.
There's
a
just
long way. Have you seen where they talk about like big warehouses wanting to go to these full electric fork trucks?
Yeah.
And then they go to the city explaining to get a permit to bring power, and they cannot even. They're like, "You need how much power?"
Yeah.
And it's simply that you can't.
So
you
where,
can't get enough power.
where does electric power come from? Is it just magical?
it's magical.
Sparks and magic? We learned that
Yeah.
in school, didn't we?
Does it come like from
The magic
coal and
smoke.
whatnot?
Yeah,
It comes from the
coal.
magic
Come from
smoke.
coal. Very little comes from like solar and
yeah. No,
and
most of it
wind.
comes from coal or hydro.
So
Yeah.
How different would it have been though if we had more nuclear and didn't get run away and be scared
Dude,
of
look,
nuclear back in
we
the
can we can
60s,
we can talk about bad generations, but that's the worst thing the baby boomers ever did.
But they based it off of Chernobyl and 3 Mile Island.
Yeah.
and
Bad
scared
accidents.
everyone to death.
Yep.
Bad
We
accidents.
got the whole oils produced from dinosaur theory thing.
I don't think oil comes from dinosaurs.
I don't either. What if? So I heard
I
a
thought I was the
theory.
only one that had that weird idea.
I heard a theory I've never
How we
heard
not talking
before
about
the
that?
other day that said oil is basically unlimited and it's produced constantly by the earth.
Probably
Okay,
is.
my head told
mean,
me
I
that
have
at
no
one point.
idea.
My head suggested that to me at some
It
point.
seems to make sense.
And I was afraid to tell y'all that, but anyway.
Oh.
I mean, because let's be honest. I mean, there's got to be a limited supply of dinosaurs. Right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
not
I
still
mean,
producing
yeah.
dinosaurs no more, are they?
Whatever.
Boy, we could though now.
We could.
Well, think about how much oil we could have if we just like filled our backyard with dinosaurs and let
Oh,
them
yeah.
die and
We let them
decay.
die and decay.
Electric dinosaurs.
There's a good song called Dinosaur, Marty.
There is a good song.
Electric
It's a great
dinosaur.
song called Dinosaur.
I feel like
There's also good songs. Walk the dinosaur.
Guys, you heard it here first. They're going to re-engineer dinosaurs
Everybody's got
And
pet
then
dinosaurs.
we're going to make more oil that way. That's going to make oil replenishable.
Terry-
That means oil's replenishable now if we can recreate the dinosaurs.
T,
Exactly.
I know for a fact, T, if they started Jurassic Park tomorrow, our families would go on vacation next year to Jurassic Park.
There
100%
would
we'd
be a
going.
picture of me riding a
Yeah,
stegosaurus.
there would be no
100%,
doubt.
no doubt.
We
What
could eat-
I think there'll be a picture of a stegosaurus right there.
That'd be okay too. Either way.
Terry's like, hop on, buddy. Let's go.
Let's
The
ride.
police, there's defund the police, the left, the crazy left, defund the police. You check this out. They have a crazy plan to defund the Supreme Court. No one should be surprised by that. Well, one thing we say about the left is that they never stop cooking up evil plans to take down their enemies like Donald Trump. And one of their biggest enemies right now is Supreme Court of the United States. They're doing everything in their power to stop the High Court, who has delivered a few doozies to them lately, like the Roe v. Wade. Okay. That's right. The left has a brand new trick up their sleeve, starve the Supreme Court of resources.
What, like they're going to cut off their electricity or something?
Gonna make them all move to California.
I guess they're going to turn all their clerks into IRS agents or something. But I guess they're trying to basically sneak around and defund this person. Suggests that. Is that beyond the realm possibility? The things we're seeing right now are crazy.
Oh, yeah.
The next
No,
story
we're-
ought to make you all nuts.
Boy, and I hate to even talk like this, but we are in a political warfare. is
That's what I was about to say. Internal political warfare right now is what's going on.
I mean, are we almost to the point where like racism kind of isn't even the dividing point anymore? It's other things.
It hasn't been.
No, racism has been.
It hasn't been. They want you to
No, it's like
believe.
they're pushing it to other things.
No, they
where-
want you to believe it's racism. They're trying to draw a dividing line. And I think people are maybe over that. Then they tried to bring it
Yeah,
where you
I
hate
think
the
so.
LGBTQ community.
Mhm.
I think people are sick of that. I think it is. It's
So-
really become
So you kind of
globalism.
You said what I was going to say. I think, man, I have black friends. I have Hispanic friends. I have
That's what racists
I have
say.
Asian
That
friends.
is, that's what a racist would say.
So
I have black
But-
friends.
but
I'm
all
gonna be a
of us-
liberal. I'm gonna take a liberal approach here.
Okay,
That's what a racist.
all of
would
us
say.
in this area at least seem to have the same point of view.
That's white
We
fragility.
don't really care about
Fragility.
everything else. We just
Did I
want
say that
to.
correctly, Gary?
I
We just want
guess.
to live good lives and be happy.
That's white. That's
And
white
kinda
privilege.
screw
I'm sitting here thinking if I have any black friends. Nothing to know of. No, I have some really people I grew up with that I love dearly, but I haven't seen them in years.
Do
That's
you
white
I
fragility.
mean, I do. Like, I mean, I have.
Name one. I'm just kidding.
do,
I
do
mean,
you- but do you guys think now the dividing line is who
Look,
who
there's
wants to
probably
be
a black friend of mine I grew up with. Like, damn, Jamie.
he's like, I hate you.
What's the dividing line, Gary? Where
what's the
are you
dividing
headed?
line? I was about to go with. Do you think is dividing line now is who wants to be controlled and who does not want to be controlled? That's the dividing line.
That's a very interesting point.
So I disagree with how you're phrasing it.
I know. Okay, phrase it for me.
All right,
Better.
fight.
I
Facts
think-
versus unfacts.
No,
No.
I think
We need a
the way
rephrase.
Gary really means it is there's a group that needs to be controlled and
How about
needs.
this? Needs to be protected. They feel like they need the
Well,
government to protect.
Government protect.
Yeah.
Who wants more government? Who wants less government?
They find-
That's the difference right now.
They find comfort
And the
in
thing,
control.
exactly, that's where
Yeah.
you were headed,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
they're willing to give up control for comfort. 9/11 that occurred 22 years ago, just a couple days ago. A lot of people feel like that opened the door
It did. It was one of the worst laws.
We're still feeling
we
the
ever
effects
for
did.
people to give up their civil liberties, and
So,
they
you
were
know-
willing to give up civil liberties to protect America.
Yeah, we had a woman that had 16 million dongs on her computer because of 9/11.
Yeah, we even had a zero
That's
in the
a
wrong
ton
place.
of dongs.
That's a
Yeah, we
lot
talked
of-
about the
Yeah, we had the zero. I even had zero in the wrong place.
Hey, we
even when
could-
I moved it, I was wrong.
we could,
the wrong place.
we could pitch a tent somewhere and
You
try to
can pitch a
collect
dong
dongs.
and-
Yeah. And pitch a tent somewhere and try to collect dongs, and it'd take us a long time to collect that.
She's
many.
seen several pitch teams.
That's probably that's all the dongs in America.
Pun intended.
All the
That's
There's
all
only
the
dogs.
300
dogs.
million people in America, right? In the U.S.
Joe Biden
Yeah,
had
16
like,
million ain't-
150
million.
million.
Is it 160?
vote for
No,
him or
I don't
something.
remember. It doesn't matter.
16 million.
All right, look, I'm
There's
gonna tell you a
like dongs.
story now that should upset you, make you crazy. So they're sentencing a lot of people on January 6th. We talked about it. We talked about this briefly. This guy was on Timcast last night. Timcast.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, it was a good
it was.
episode.
Owen Schroyer, he's part owner of InfoWars, which everybody knows InfoWars from. Who's your favorite guy?
They're making the frogs gay.
Yeah, who's
Alex
that?
Jones.
Alex Jones. Yeah, but this guy is sentenced to 60 days in prison
In prison or jail?
in prison.
Damn.
Really?
Really?
days
I mean,
in
that's a lot. That's a lot of work just for 60 days in prison.
60 days in.
And he wasn't even there. It was for things he said.
They said
That
he
could
was,
be us.
they said he was like
Yeah,
inciting
I'm certain.
violence.
I have
essentially.
no doubt Jamie'd be in prison right now if we were going live during January 6th.
Oh yeah, if you would have went live,
If they just listen to what I've said,
Even
before.
if one of the 8 people watching happened
Jamie-
to be there,
I'm confident growing up with Jamie. Jamie probably should be in prison.
I assure you, by today's standards, Jamie would be in prison. There's no
I
doubt.
put money on your book. So
I'm just glad there was no Apple iPhone when Jamie was young.
Exactly. Or any
Any
smart
type
phone.
of-
Yeah.
look, thanks to
Any
TikTok.
kind of phone.
Thanks to TikTok, I know how to make a prison GG.
Any type of phone that would document anything you could do.
Jamie
But-
still
but where does it
keisters a
stop?
shank.
Where does it stop?
It doesn't stop. This is just opening the door to get more people that talked
Okay,
about January
so-
6th that weren't there.
So, and here's the problem we're running into. So, Trump gets impeached. Now we're about to impeach Biden.
Man, why we gotta impeach everybody?
He just brought up the idea of
you don't-
impeachment.
no,
Essentially,
McCarthy will never win that. It's a waste of effort,
Oh.
money, and time. He's trying to prove he's valid of being the speaker.
He has. Do I think Biden
dumb,
probably
man.
deserves to be impeached? Probably so. I mean, by the rules of impeachment.
He deserves to not be impeached,
Do you-
but tried after he's out of office.
do you think
Why?
you'll know it'd be impeached?
For all.
I mean, he's
I mean,
obviously
but-
taking money from
Yeah, but
Exactly.
it's considered treasonous though to take money from a foreign government.
But well, I
we'll
mean,
talk about
he's-
something else with that in a
He's
minute.
donating.
with,
I don't know
Musk.
that he's taking. He's donating. But I also think, man, medical evaluations might be important if you're the president of the
But
United
my
States.
point,
I'm
I was
gonna
getting
go
at
to
is
bed.
the point I was getting at is
I'm gonna go to
I don't
bed.
want us to be in a political point where it's a tit for tat. Everything that we're just going to keep impeaching presidents, and we're going to keep.
But that's what it seems like.
Yes, that's what's
currently,
going to
right?
happen now.
Everybody's like, we're gonna
We'll impeach
you, we're gonna
Biden,
impeach
and then
you, yeah.
we'll impeach the next Democrat,
Ramaswamy.
or Republican.
I know. It's like, can we get some adults in office, right?
Well, yeah, that's
He's only going to bring articles of impeachment. It'll never get to the point of impeachment, and he knows it. But this leads into the next story. Y'all really set up well today. A sad day for America because Putin is condemning the U.S. for persecuting political opponents like Trump. So people will take this and they'll turn it. Oh yeah, see that shows that Trump is an article of Russia, right? That's what they'll say. But in reality, he's saying, let's stand back and look at media and how dumb is this? That look, there was another. I think it was in Minnesota. They filed to prevent Trump from being on the ballot.
I saw that.
Now that is voter tampering or whatever you want to call it, election tampering. No matter how you spin it or twist it.
And I know people
Are we going to have states you think that don't have Trump on the ballot if he
Yes.
wins the nomination?
Yes,
I
there will
don't
be.
think you can do that.
I don't think you can do that.
But
Will that be the start of the revolution?
Did y'all hear what about Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? The DNC came out and told him if he campaigned in Iowa or Delaware that they remove him from the ballot.
they
You
they
do
will.
that, though.
Here's what's going to
because
I
he's a
don't know if you
Democrat.
can do- I don't know if you can.
If
do
he
that.
goes independent, they're done. They won't. They're done. They're done if he goes independent, and
look,
he should.
I've said this.
He's a
for-
great
I-
alternative
I've said this for
candidate.
years. The DNC completely railroaded Bernie Sanders. Completely railroaded
yeah,
Bernie
they did.
Sanders.
I think
Actually, I'll go farther back. I remember
Yeah,
watching.
because their proceedings are really loaded compared to Republicans.
Yeah, so I remember watching the Democratic National Convention debate between Hillary and Obama. And they asked, it was crazy. They asked, Bernie was Bernie in that?
Yeah, he was.
I'm sorry. Okay, I got my debate wrong. So it was Hillary and Bernie in the 2000, I guess.
Yeah, it would have been 2016.
2016.
2016. Yeah.
And they asked Bernie, how does it make you feel to try to be the person to stop the first female president? Like, what kind of loaded question is that?
That's super low.
I feel great about it. I feel great
He's like,
because she's a conservative.
It's a wonderful
Man,
thing.
what are you supposed
yeah,
to
I
say?
mean, but they didn't ask her, how do you feel trying to stop the first Jewish president?
Are they asking old age what it's like to stop the first female president? And because it's Biden, it's going to take Biden out. and
So,
Kamala's gonna
but
move
then
into the
they
role.
turned around and did the super,
with
what was it called? Super electives or whatever?
Yeah, that's the thing that gets them. Yeah.
Kamala's non-existent. We have.
Oh no, she had a party. Did y'all know she had a party that day? She had
Yeah,
a-
that was my white ass
No.
dances better than her.
Oh, you saw the party? Kamala had a
Oh,
hip
she was
hop
going.
party.
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
that's
you
terrible.
got that.
She
Bitch.
did
see
the
if I
fingers
got
to
it.
G.
Staying alive.
Yeah,
Like-
they're.
Oh, you know
She
what?
was
I've got it
pointing
right here. Hold on.
folks.
Let me
I didn't
bring
see
it
it.
up here.
Do you have Jamie dancing in a video?
No,
Oh,
but I got Kamala. Let's see. I think. Let's see if it'll.
That's
get
Kamala
there.
on the right too.
Yeah,
just
oh,
so you know.
yeah. Let's see. Oh, no, let's see. Oh, come on, bring it up, guys. Here it is.
What?
Oh,
She ain't got no rhythm.
And what's she pointing at? Wait a minute. She's gonna start
hold
pointing.
on. She grooving a little bit.
All right, yeah,
She got rhythm.
She got some
She got
rhythm.
rhythm
Okay.
though.
No, she all right.
She get
Staying
grooving.
alive.
Okay.
She ain't
Staying
trying to
alive.
do too much. Like,
You know she ain't pointing at no
Staying
damn body.
alive.
hold on now. I'm comparing her to Jamie dancing.
Oh, look,
as we
they-
do this.
No, y'all know. Look, y'all make
She
fun
got
of her.
that fupa going now.
Look, y'all make fun of her, but y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If I was vice president, I'd be just like Kamala. I wouldn't give a damn. I would just go out and have hip hop parties.
Oh, I would too.
I'd talk bad about the president. Be like,
I do
"Hey,
whatever I
old
want."
rascal. He got y'all voted him in.
He don't know what he talking
What
about.
is Biden gonna do to
She's
her?
out of control.
Nothing. He
Look.
can't. He can't do anything.
And she is a genetic anomaly anyway, because if she's talking to black people, she's black. She's talking to Indians, she's Indian. She's her family was slave owners.
Are you guys?
Yes.
You guys familiar?
My kids accuse me of using a different accent to everyone I talk
Yeah,
to.
I'm quite responsible for one of those.
Yeah, you have a floating accent.
Oh, I know Terry.
Yeah, I
T
do too.
definitely has it because we went to the Dominican.
I
and this
spoke
guy,
Dominican.
He was Hispanic the whole time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
me.
he was Hispanic
me
the whole
too.
time.
Oh, there we go. Maybe
jeez.
it's a.
He's like,
Maybe it's
yes,
an Earl
one
thing.
more margarita, por favor.
I don't know no other Spanish now.
Look, I think I speak more redneck when I
Terry's like,
talk to it. Hey,
that possible?
give me one of them margaritas there.
give me one of them chimichangas.
Here's a question: are men or women more likely to vote based on gender? I think women.
Oh, I think women are too.
Women are way more likely to vote.
I think men are more open to vote
Hey.
for the best candidate.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
I think women are way more likely to vote.
Maybe you have a bunch of men that wouldn't vote for a woman though. Based
You
on-
guys familiar with the Logan Act? You know what that
Would
means?
you, yeah, you have a lot of women that would vote for her just because they're a woman.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
a lot
That's
more
a lot.
than.
They,
yeah.
everybody likes to
lot.
be the first of something.
A lot. Logan Act.
Hillary's the first woman to not get elected.
I don't know that it's
Yeah.
quite as clear cut.
Is that true?
I mean, Palin was
No,
almost
that's
there,
not
wasn't
true.
she?
Look, I made a joke, and you're gonna destroy
You ruined
No,
it.
there was
Busted
there
him
another-
out.
There's this, a woman ran years ago.
Yeah, in the
Hillary-
80s, right? But she didn't make
Hillary-
it to the primary, did she?
No, she didn't make it as far as
That's
Hillary
right,
did.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
Hillary
she wasn't the
probably would have beat almost anyone else except Trump that year.
Look, I stand
She
by,
would tell you she did beat Trump,
She did.
but she didn't
Oh,
get arrested
but
for it.
that's election denying.
Don't
But
deny.
you know-
we
you
can be
know one
denying on
thing
this
she did
podcast.
do? She went when she got beat, and she said she got beat, and said you should support him. So that's something that like you got to give her a little bit.
I ain't giving her a little
All
bit.
right,
of
I gotta
nothing.
tell you,
I do think the other election was jacked up.
one
rigged.
I had such satisfaction election night 2016. I had such satisfaction in the sadness that overcame that room because they were really partying. They really
were getting it.
believed that Hillary Clinton was the president of the United States. And when it came, the numbers started changing and they were getting a little less dance. And then they started dancing like Kamala. And then next thing you know,
They
man,
stopped.
sad fans are sad.
Sad.
They had the
Man.
Cobra. What do they call it, Jamie?
The surrender
Cobra. Oh my gosh, surrender Cobra.
Dude, I worked a 2 to 10 shift that night when I got off work.
Oh, it's awesome.
I just knew when I went to work that day that Hillary was gonna
Hillary's gonna
right?
win it.
I got home that night. Amanda, my wife's texting me, and she was like, "Trump's winning states." I'm like, "What the crap?" She's like, "Trump won Florida." I'm like, "Oh, well, hold on." So I get home, and probably an hour after that, they finally say, "Look, it looks like Trump's president." Dude, it was really wild.
I was in
That's
Oklahoma with
Yeah,
a widow
it was wild, man.
superintendent's meeting the next morning, and it was me and one dude that were backing Trump, and the entire office was hardcore Democrats. Like they were wearing shirts that were "I'm with her," and
Get out of here.
and we walk in to sit down, and nobody says a word. And that dude leans, like we're in the middle of the meeting, dude leans at me, looks at me, and grins. I grin at him,
Didn't
we
it
lean
feel-
back.
Didn't it feel damn good? It felt
did.
damn good.
And the thing is, I didn't care for Trump from the get go. But you
you
know
hated
what?
Hillary.
I hated Hillary.
And she's even an Arkansan.
No,
No, she's
really.
not. She's from New York.
Exactly.
She lived with Arkansas.
You know who is an Arkansas though? Bill.
Bill.
Bill is
Sarah
Arkansas.
Huckabee Sanders.
Bill.
I don't like Sarah either.
But if you marry into Arkansas, you're an Arkansan.
No.
She was the first lady of Arkansas.
Yeah, she
Hillary-
was.
Hillary's been the president once.
Yeah, I know.
It was either Hillary or Monica.
It wasn't Monica.
Whoa.
They kicked her out.
Pretty sure it was
They
Hillary.
kicked her out of the White House.
No, he kept her in there.
He tried to keep her in there.
He hit her under the desk.
the left is coming for Elon Musk, guys. There's rumors that maybe they're wanting to take over Starlink. Hey, look, it could be any of that. They're trying to use the Logan Act, claim that he intervened in Ukraine's war. So he's intervened with
Logan Act.
with global policy.
Gay's brother invented it.
The Logan Act is that I can't think that it'd be a Disney act or something. But the Logan Act states that a private citizen can act on behalf of the country in the form of foreign policy. Okay. And they say that by him removing Starlink,
so
they're gonna make this man invent a death ray. Like, they better leave this
I think he got one. He already got one.
Make him
Smart as a mug.
release his death array. So okay, if anybody looked at our TikTok, I did a video on the on exactly what we're talking
all 8
about.
people watching.
Yeah, last week, and I wholeheartedly believe. I wholeheartedly. I got to put the L in there.
All of it.
I wholeheartedly believe that he kept us out of a hot war with Russia.
Guarantee it.
Here's the background on it. Ukraine wanted to use Starlink to sink the entire Black Sea fleet of Russia.
Yep.
So Ukraine would have used American technology,
Yes.
American warplanes,
American weapons.
American weaponry to sink the Russian fleet.
And all must said, no, you ain't using that for this.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's his technology.
It's his company. It's his. He can do whatever he wants with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you own the satellites you put in the sky, they're yours.
They're yours.
You know, when we started
Your
this
business.
126 episodes ago, I want to do this supervillain thing. I kind of lost track of it, but look, this dude may be a superhero, but he could easily be a supervillain, like literally.
Yeah.
He's having babies
but can't
with
they all?
singers.
Can't
that
they
he didn't
all?
Tell you about. All the people with money. Jeff
No,
Bezos.
Superman. Superman could be a supervillain if he wanted to be.
I want one of those flamethrowers. I'm not gonna lie, not a flamethrower or whatever it's called. Not the what's that company called that makes the? It's him. He makes the flamethrowers, but it's called not something.
I don't know anything about that one.
I ain't seen that one. Yeah,
Not ice.
but
Dadgummit.
I mean, look like him or not, I'm confident that Musk kept us out of a massive conflict.
So
Because if you're Russia and the U.S. uses their technology,
A U.S.
Ukraine
citizen
uses their U.S. technology. How do you not go to war?
I mean,
well, they could do
Crap, they're
it now.
using their technology all the
There's
Yeah,
time.
nothing
but
to
to
keep doing
sink
it
the
now.
entire that would be like no different than Pearl Harbor.
No different.
so people are mad. America's mad at him for not promoting for not promoting war and promoting peace. Essentially,
We've said it before. Who would have ever thought the left
that
would
is
be war hawks?
insane. That is crazy.
So the and I'm not going to say conservatives, but the right has flipped to a more libertarian mindset, and libertarian is anti-war.
Check out this next story.
Well, I'm not there. I guess I'm not libertarian.
Milwaukee PD announces they will no longer share victims' genders to avoid misgendering. So when they have a crime that occurs, they
Will they share their race?
So now we send forensic lab results, and then we
Now,
don't.
I bet they
admit
share
whether
their
they're
race
male
if
or
they're white.
female.
Here's another similar story. Lyft, y'all familiar with Lyft? It's kind of
I
like
am. I've
Uber.
used
Uber,
Lyft,
yep.
It's the pink version. They unveil a feature that allowing women and non-binary riders to match drivers who are also female or non-binary.
So they want to sit there for a long time waiting on the.
Well, so what do you think though? Someone that claims to be a woman wants a woman driver to do bad things to. What happens then?
I'm so confused.
They're a victim. They become a victim. Then they've created a way for them to ensure that they get a female driver that they could.
So you can basically pick the gender.
You act like you're
Only
a
if
woman.
you're non-binary. Or
Oh,
yeah.
it's making my brain hurt.
They're paying for a service, you know.
can I
That's
pick
the
a-
oldest.
No,
So
I
if
mean,
I change my, we lift sometimes. Can I change my lift to a non-binary and then pick another non-binary lift driver? It may be fun.
So that's an option.
I've
like,
actually only ever used it.
so I don't know.
So look, Jake Lee, he took Uber or Lyft something to Memphis one day, and it's right around Christmas time, and
You only do that if you're planning on having a few.
no, they were gonna have a few. Yeah, they were downtown Memphis, and so while they were gone, we took their Christmas lights and made a penises and testicles in his yard.
Wow. That's awesome.
Ho, ho, ho.
So,
How festive.
and he said on the way back, the new Lyft driver picked him up, and he said he was part of the Alphabet Mafia. You could clearly tell. And
We are not part of the
I might get
alphabet.
bleeped when I say this story, but Jake pulls up and he said, "Damn, somebody would put a penis in my yard with lights." And the guy said, "Honey, that ain't no penis. That's a full-fledged
Full on.
Well, that confirmed it right there, didn't it? All right, one more story. We're gonna get back to something serious. America's mayor. Y'all know who that is?
America's
Giuliani.
mayor.
Rudy Giuliani.
Rudy.
Also been arrested. Rudy. We probably got a mugshot similar to Marty.
Well, his mugshot was awful.
Yeah, well, he looked like an old man.
Not as good as that Trump
But-
mugshot, though.
No,
He
his
was at
jowls
the
were on the ground.
he was at the 9/11 ceremony. He walked out after being disgusted by Vice President Kamala. Said, "This is a year where I couldn't really stay. I almost felt like I wasn't being true to the memory of the people who died on that day." Amen, Rudy. Don't let them change who you are, buddy. Because
No,
that
he
whole
did.
thing's dumb.
If anybody needs to be at every ceremony, it is Rudy
It's Ru-
Giuliani.
So look, this is her at the ceremony.
Oh my god.
She had a great time. Look how happy she was.
That's what I was just about to say. You know what? Like she's there for a good time.
You
all
know
the
what?
time.
I'm happy for her. Well, find a cheerful moment. Go enjoy it.
Kick it, man. Drink.
Look,
juice,
she
have
probably was
fun.
dancing, hip hop, and whatever. Look,
She may have been.
Look, we beat this horse to death tonight, but I think we had a good show. Anything else you guys want to touch on? There's a couple things I'll say for later.
Man, y'all are so lucky I'm not y'all's vice president.
You got something we touch on?
Dude, man, we'd have so much fun.
Biden should
at
have
the
been
White
there, Lisa.
House.
We agree.
We had VP president. Be fun.
I mean, I'd skydive and do an interview.
All right, Pat. Part words. DW, you go first since you started diving.
I think I just did, man. I don't know. It was fun, man. I had a good time tonight.
Jamie.
Like us, love us, follow us.
Marty Marr.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I hate I missed last episode.
Why are you yelling at us?
We'll talk about it later.
That's a good show.
Gary.
What's up? I'm gone. Like us, love us, but don't leave us.
Go tell your friends about us. We may be live here in a minute. It didn't work out the other night, but so don't run off. We'll be live on the patio. We got to go like take us about 2 miles to get there, but meet us. Like us. Tell your friends about us. Out. That was a good one.
The music was so loud I couldn't hear what I was saying when I went.